What if the ticket you bought to see your favorite artist wasn't just expensive, but the result of an intentionally engineered corporate scam? Think about the last time you tried to buy a concert ticket. You log in exactly at 10 a.m. You watch a digital loading bar spin for 20 minutes. And then, in a fraction of a second, the entire stadium vanishes. Sold out.
Against Live Nation.
Live Nation and its Ticketmaster.
Live Nation unfairly created a monopoly over the ticket market.
But before you can even process the disappointment, you notice something strange. Hundreds of the exact same seats you just tried to buy are suddenly available on the exact same website. Only now, they are labeled verified resale, and the price tag has magically skyrocketed by 400%. The average user looks at this and sees a broken system overrun by rogue scalper bots. But you need to understand something fundamental. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as intended. Because why sell a ticket once when you can sell it twice?
As Steve mentioned, Ticketmaster gets a cut of resale, so making money twice for the same ticket in some cases.
This is the dark architecture of Ticketmaster. For decades, the company has hidden behind a brilliant public relations mask, posing as a mandatory digital defense shield designed to protect innocent fans from predatory street scalpers. But behind closed doors, the owners of Ticketmaster realized a brutal truth. If a real fan buys a ticket at face value, Ticketmaster only collects a fee once. But if an automated scalper bot vacuums up that inventory and instantly flips it on Ticketmaster's own resale marketplace, the platform gets to double dip. They collect a massive transaction fee on the initial sale, and then an even bigger variable fee when you are forced to buy your own seat back. Publicly, they told you that they built a system to stop the bots.
Certainly played by the rules. People who use bots are absolute cheaters, and we don't like them and we don't want them in the system.
But instead, they built a system to do exactly the opposite, and the bots were their own. To understand how this absolute stranglehold became possible, you have to look back to 2010, when the Department of Justice allowed a corporate marriage that would fundamentally break the live entertainment ecosystem. Ticketmaster, the undisputed king of event ticketing, merged with Live Nation, the largest concert promoter and venue owner on Earth, creating a massive vertical entity called Live Nation Entertainment. To clear federal antitrust hurdles, executives signed a strict 10-year agreement with the government, explicitly promising that they would never use their newfound size to crush competition or retaliate against independent venues that tried to use rival ticketing companies. It was a total lie. Behind the scenes, the newly formed giant built an unbreakable stronghold. If an independent stadium or arena wanted to host a stadium-level tour, they quickly discovered that using Ticketmaster was their only option. If a venue even attempted to negotiate a better deal with a rival ticketing company, Live Nation's promotion arm would instantly respond by redirecting the lucrative tours of the world's biggest artists to a competing venue down the road. Ticketmaster even created a name for this form of retaliation. It was called the Velvet Hammer. Today, Live Nation Entertainment controls over 400 major A-list musical artists, 60% of all concert promotions, and 80% of major stadium ticketing. They slammed the Velvet Hammer to enforce compliance and keep rival businesses locked completely out of the market. For a long time, it seemed like nobody could touch them. But the corporate arrogance eventually landed them in the courtroom. In May 2024, the US government and a historic coalition of over 40 states launched a landmark antitrust lawsuit demanding a total structural breakup of the company. The charges looked like an organized crime indictment. The allegations included unlawful monopolization of primary ticketing services, unlawful monopolization of large amphitheaters, unlawful tying arrangements, extortion, corporate retaliation, and blacklisting. But just as the trial got underway, the federal government blindsided the public with a backroom plot twist. The Department of Justice secretly negotiated a mid-trial settlement with the corporation. Instead of dismantling the monopoly, the DOJ recommended a weak compromise that allowed Live Nation to pay a $280 million fine and keep Ticketmaster completely intact. The backroom deal merely required Live Nation to divest 13 exclusive amphitheater booking contracts, open a fraction of its platform to competitors, and cap ticketing service fees at 15%, effectively giving the company a green light to continue its multi-billion-dollar business as usual. But this time, the machine glitched. A fierce, bipartisan rebellion of over 30 state attorneys general flat out refused to sign the federal sellout. They rejected the payout, hired outside trial lawyers, and marched back into court alone. In a historic victory, a federal jury returned a unanimous guilty verdict on every single antitrust claim, officially ruling that Ticketmaster and Live Nation operated an illegal monopoly that systematically strangled competition. It sounded like the ultimate David versus Goliath ending. The corporate giant was defeated, the jury spoke, and the headlines promised a revolution. But here is the cold, dystopian reality. Nothing really changed. And there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. As we speak, Live Nation's multi-million-dollar legal army is already burying that jury verdict in a mountain of emergency post-trial motions, appeals, and standard regulatory delays explicitly designed to drag this case out in court for the next decade. And even if the states eventually win their secondary bench trial to force a total structural breakup, the House always finds a way to collect its tax. The massive private equity firms and institutional hedge funds backing this industry aren't going anywhere. Over the last decade, they have quietly bought up the physical infrastructure, the actual amphitheaters, the music clubs, the festival grounds, and even the parking lots. If a court order strips away their digital ticket fee, the financial machine will simply recalibrate. The hidden costs will mutate into $80 parking rates, mandatory facility maintenance charges, and $20 concession waters. Live music has been completely stripped of its artistry and repackaged as a highly optimized, high-frequency asset class for Wall Street billionaires. You can delete the app, you can scream at the regulators, and you can vow a lifelong boycott. But the next time your favorite artist announces a tour, and you crave that fleeting moment of real-world human connection, you will log right back into that exact same digital waiting room. You will watch the inventory vanish in a millisecond, and you will willingly hand your hard-earned capital over to the exact same double-dipping machine. Because in a rigged market, the ultimate trap isn't that they hide the rules from you. It's that they know you'll keep playing the game anyway.